Let's go, boys. Let's go, boys and girls. Woo!
It's another Sunday.
We are live at Sports Scholars today, week 9 already.
Week 9.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
I know.
Things have been going quickly.
Yeah.
So, geez, guys, let's jump into it. We all saved about an hour worth of
Some sleep.
sleep last night,
Yeah.
which is really nice.
Much needed for sure.
I sure appreciate it. Oh my god, this guy's got an old scribe going on here.
Oh yeah. So I wrote the stats for our last episode this morning with that extra hour of sleep.
No, you
and
didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't.
And
Here he comes.
Arlo making a guest appearance again. Hey buddy, what's up? So we had another successful Sunday. Our pick'ems during the week haven't been the best the last week. I mean, Saf, he laid out some basketball props for the first time on Sports Scholars history, and not the best. 1 for 3. Giannis hit his rebounds. Obviously, can't have a Sunday without the chair breaking again. Bogo didn't hit his 3-pointer, but that was weird because Safi was showing me that Bogdanovic or whatever.
Bogdanovic has hit three or more 3-pointers. Something like 13 games in a row.
Yeah.
His over-under was set at 17.
Yeah, it was just extremely unlucky.
Live at 11, he says.
Yeah, I know. We've had some stuff.
We've had some technical difficulties this morning, guys. We were coming in, but we had some technical difficulties. Arlo,
So I did.
are you a Browns fan? What's going on here? From the Dog Pound?
He's from the Dog Pound. So I did the stats this morning. Another successful Sunday. Last week we hit over 50% on all of our predicted prop bets. We came in hot again this week. Safi especially. Oh my God, Safi with 42 bets placed last Sunday on football
42.
bets. 42.
That's a lot of weekly watching these other channels.
That is a lot of props, guys. We're not throwing out like 3 a day, 6 a day.
We're throwing out 3 midweek.
Yeah, for real, man. So obviously during the week our 3 picks don't always hit, but on Sundays we seem to be absolutely killing it. Zafi, 30 for 42 on this past
damn.
Sunday. 71% success rate.
What?
Yeah.
I hit 71%?
Yes, sir.
Jesus.
Safi especially cleaned the board on a couple games. The Carolina game, he hit 5 for 5 props.
Oh my god.
Philadelphia game, he cleaned the slate as well. You hit on 3 out of 5 out of the Dallas-Chicago game. Tennessee Titans, you killed it. Arizona, you killed it. Yeah, like you're on fire, man. 42 bets, 30 out of 42. Like, this guy knows his shit, man. If you guys aren't listening to Safi Elawashi, man, you guys aren't making some money.
You hit a ticket last week, though, didn't you?
So, I had a big week, boys and girls. I hit a couple tickets this past week on my bets. I made a little
Did you?
over.
Oh, it's like that was last week.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay, Matt cleared some house. I think we made a tweet about it.
We did. So if you look on Twitter, guys, on Sports Scholar 7, I hit 3 tickets, accumulating over $2,500 on bets that I placed.
$2,500 of profit.
Off $100 tickets.
Yeah.
All for you, Jay.
Yeah.
And anyways, my win percentage this week, I always bet half of what Safi bets because Safi goes ham every single week. I love it. He's got big nutsack.
I go about 5 props a game, guys.
So Safi hit 42 bets compared to my 26, but I hit 18 on 26 for a 69% win rate.
69. That's all for you, Jordan.
So basically, to sum it up,
69% win rate.
Basically, to sum it up, Safi and I have once again hit well over 50% on all of our bets on Sundays. So if there is any doubt left in our credibility that we don't know our shit, then you guys, you gotta listen to the podcast for yourselves. I don't know anybody who doesn't like free money. So listen to the podcast. Enjoy some football Sunday. Take our picks. Pick whichever, dissect, pick whichever ones you want.
Yeah. Pick and choose, guys. I mean, you don't have to. We won a couple tickets last week. We won 3 altogether. You don't have to pick exactly what we pick. You can pick and choose. Like, there's some questionable choices we make, and we know we make some questionable choices, and you can say, hey, like, I think that's dumb. I'm going to take the good out of his, take it out of the bad. The point is that if I'm winning on 70% and Matt's winning at 69% last week, more often than not, we're bringing to attention picks that you guys are going to win money on.
Yeah.
So, all these other places are sitting around 50%.
Yeah.
We're giving you guys an extra 20% win ratio, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at some of our picks, really, and half the time you could probably pick and choose which ones to get rid of.
Yeah.
Like running backs.
Yeah.
It's what it is. It's a disease for me. I can't stop betting on the running backs.
Yeah.
They never pan out.
They're so fun to watch.
They're so fun to watch, but it's so tough to pan out.
Quickly before we start, Saf, would you like to give a little shout out to Typically, whose favorite hockey team is his Pittsburgh Penguins, who just lost 7 in a row last night, cost you a ticket.
So I did a little ticket last night. I wasn't going to bet today.
Oh, those Pens, bro.
I did a little ticket. I was trying to rack up some money for today, to be honest. And I had one going. It was small, but I had everything hit. I had Brady Chuck point. I had Evander Kane point. I kind of knew about that. I had the early payout in Colorado. But it wasn't just the Pittsburgh. Washington ended up blowing their lead and they lost to Arizona.
That was weird.
But at minus 200, Seattle Kraken have never won 4 games in a row in the history of their being in the league.
Yeah. Yeah, what's going on with Pittsburgh, bro?
Pittsburgh's lost 7 in a row. I wouldn't bet on the Pens right now. You couldn't name a team in the NHL that I wouldn't bet on them to lose. I think they're just getting old.
Yeah.
I honestly think that they're getting old.
Yeah.
The Pens are looking like what the Toronto Maple Leafs are going to look like in 3 years.
Yeah, pretty much.
Minus no cup for the Leafs.
Minus no cups. Yeah. It's true.
Still a good team, but Matthews getting older, Marner getting older.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully they turn it around because I like to see Crosby. I love Crosby. I'd like to see him win one more cup, but it's not looking like one's in the books.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's get her going with the Sundays.
Let's do our pick'ems to start.
Yeah.
Let's get through it real quickly.
Yeah.
And then we'll get into the props.
First game on the slate is Bills and Jets.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Pretty self-explanatory. I think, barring an epic, loss.
Tell you what, if you disagree with us on this game, guys, then you might as well bet the house on it.
Well, I wouldn't say that because we've seen some crazy upsets. So we almost saw Houston Texans upset Philly before Philly woke up in the second half. I think the Jets are going to have the same game plan as Green Bay. They know they can't keep up with Buffalo's offense, so they're just going to run the ball 100 times and try and keep Buffalo offense off the field.
There's an interesting gameplay going on in this game here.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs is facing off against Ahmad Gardner.
Yeah.
Sauce Gardner.
I think
Sauce Gardner, correct me if I'm wrong, he's like number 1 in like every cornerback category you could possibly pick. That's not interceptions.
Right.
That's nuts.
Diggs will still get his. He's matchup proof, man.
Yeah. Okay, so you're thinking. Okay, so we'll get to that.
I'm taking the Bills.
I'm taking the Bills.
Yeah.
All right.
Panthers, Bengals.
Bengals. Panthers have looked better.
They have
without Baker Mayfield.
Yep.
PJ Walker's just the better quarterback.
It's still early in the season, but I think this is a must-win for the Bengals.
I think it's a must-win for the Bengals. I think it's the Bengals.
Especially since they got blown out by Cleveland. Packers, Lions.
Jamar Chase is making Burrows not look good.
Yeah.
But Burrows is still a very, very talented quarterback.
He is, yeah.
And I think he's going to get this game today.
The part that concerns me is they don't have a running game. I mean, Joe Mixon's only averaging 2 yards a carry. He runs it 40 times, so of
Yeah.
course he always gets to 50, but he's not an explosive runner. He's a volume guy,
God,
and
man.
he's so much talent, but he's just not. I don't know.
Joe Mixon's weird when he gets some of those good games that are like 130 rush yards, and then yeah,
They spent all this money on offensive line, and Burrow's getting sacked twice as much now.
I know
And it's weird.
something with the way that they're running that scheme is not working.
Yeah.
We're gonna go Bengals.
Packers,
Detroit
Lions. For how many years would this have been an automatic Green Bay prediction?
Yeah.
Now I'm taking Lions, man.
Taking the Lions, guys.
Yeah, Green Bay.
That's
looks
the upset.
awful.
That's plus 175.
Yep.
So you ring the bells. Upset alert.
Yep.
I'm taking the Lions over the Packers today. Aaron Rodgers looks lost. They can gash them on the ground, the Detroit Lions. But if the Detroit Lions use their weapons correctly and they break out some big runs, I just don't see the Packers catching up with the run game. They're going to just stack 8 in the box and they'll be good to go. What else we got going? We got the Colts Patriots. Oh,
No, sorry, I was gonna ring the bell, but didn't have the bell. I'll be more prepared next time. Safi's ringing the bell. All right, Colts and Patriots. No Jonathan Taylor in this one. So that is huge. When we get more into props, this game kind of scares me because the Colts just not traded. They fired their offensive coordinator. So now we have no idea how this offense is going to work with Eulinger and no Jonathan Taylor, right?
correct.
So, no Jonathan Taylor, a rookie quarterback in New England against Bill Belichick. Yikes! I'm taking Belichick in New England in this one.
I'm not even sure what we've seen out of Ellinger that last game. He was
Yeah.
it was a little bit strange. I mean, I'm looking at the NFL standings right now. You got New England at 4-4, and then you've got the Colts. They are sitting at 3-4-1. They've lost 2 in a row.
Yeah.
New England won last game.
Yeah.
No Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah. That's huge.
You've got Ellinger. No Mac Jones. I think that it's going to be a Patriots game,
New
guys.
offensive coordinator, man.
But it is a risky, that one. I can see it going 50-50 simply because Patriots don't really have a passing game. The Colts actually have quite a stout defense.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but when you're firing coaching staff halfway through the season, you know that there's something wrong, right? I feel like they've been trying to kind of harp this whole, well, if Jonathan Taylor's healthy, we need to run him like 30 times a game in order to win, and the offensive coordinator was like, nah, I think we should get Matt Ryan to use his strengths and pepper these little 5-yard passes down the field, right? Waste a lot of time off the clock. So I think this offensive coordinator, when Jonathan Taylor comes back, don't be surprised if they switch the game script a little bit.
yeah.
Chargers, Falcons.
So we get the Chargers, Falcons.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Chargers, guys, 100%.
Yeah, so Cordarrelle Patterson is expected to play in this one, so I expect Atlanta to play boring football and run the ball 80 times again this game. But Herbert's also going to throw it 40 times this game because Atlanta's secondary is absolute trash. He's got no Keenan Allen, no Mike Williams, so that hinders his ceiling. But Josh Palmer's playing. He's got Eckler. He's got Everett. He's got enough weapons to put points on the board against Atlanta. That's my synopsis. And
Ooh, Jesus, I just saw this. 285 passing yards.
it's a lot with no Allen, no Williams.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, man.
If you're doing that, then you gotta lock the over on a shit ton of players.
We'll talk more about that during the props. Raiders and Jaguars. Shout out to my baby. Her poor Raiders, man. So much hype over them this year when they got Devontae and they revamped that defense. But they look like trash. I'm sorry to say. I mean, they shouldn't have lost to New Orleans last week. And who are you taking in this one between them and the Jags?
Taking the Jags.
Yeah, Jags at
Taking
home.
the Jags, guys. Taking the Jags at home. I'll tell you why. Jags defense looking good. like what I'm seeing out of them. The Raiders are looking a little bit lost right now. The Raiders are probably going to run the ball. Devontae Adams, they've really only got 2 weapons there. The rest of it looks like a mess.
Actually, I'm going to take the Raiders for a rebound game in this one.
Derek Carr looks like a mess.
The Jags are bad. They're really
The
bad.
Jags are plus 120, but
Yeah.
you got Trevor Lawrence.
ETN's going to run all over the Raiders, I think, but
Yeah.
this one's going to be a weird game, man.
We got the Dolphins and the Bears.
I think this one should be self-explanatory, right?
You think so,
You
but a
think
lot
so.
of people are saying that Justin Fields will have a good game today.
I mean, they're scheming plays for him to run the ball like 12 times a game, so he easily hits. He's like a running back now.
Yeah.
Miami their defense is really hurt right now, so Fields could have a decent game. Chicago secondary is really good, but Tua is the highest pass completion in the league, and he's got 2 of the best wide receivers in the game. You can't shut down both those guys.
Correct.
Miami's going to go far in the playoffs, man, if they have a healthy Waddle and Hill, because I don't care who you are. If you're even with the Bills with their best number 1 defense, you can't. Maybe you can shut down Hill. You can't shut down Waddle. If you shut down
can't
Waddle,
shut them both down.
You can't shut them both down.
You can't
man.
shut them both down. I don't think you're ever going to see both of them get shut down. I'm taking Miami.
I just like to jump quickly. Aftermath of the trade deadline. Any notes you want to make? Claypool going to Chicago for Dynasty. That might be good. You know, he might be the number 1 guy there for a while, eh?
Yeah, Hawkinson.
Oh, that's a big one, eh?
You know, that's pretty crazy.
Do you think Edmonds going to Denver affects anything?
No.
Jeff Wilson going to Miami. Do you think he eats into? Think he's a good handcuff to have with Mostert?
No, I don't
No?
like it. I don't like that, guys. Like,
Okay.
to me, it's just dumb. Like, I think Edmonds was the handcuff to Mostert. Mostert wins the job.
Yeah.
Then they bring in another running back with similar run styles to Mostert. It's like, I get it. You're kind of defending yourself, and because Mostert, he gets injured a lot. They're trying to push for. That's more of a real football impact than fantasy football.
Yeah, I agree.
think. I think
I
that's
agree.
like, hey, we don't want to be into the trade deadline. We're starting to run our game plan with a fast bruising running back. Edmonds isn't really panning out when it comes to the way that we want to play our game. Edmonds is more of a pass-catching running back. They don't need a pass-catching running back because they've got wide receivers when they're not running plays for that. So they're looking to grind out 2-3 yards. And Mostert and Wilson Jr. are better for that sort of game plan. So they want to plan for an injury to Mostert.
Yeah.
Whereas fantasy-wise, it doesn't really matter.
Mostert scares me because they're really working him really hard, and you know his injury history, and they're throwing him the ball a lot. They're running him. Poor Saf, he was 3 yards short on hitting a huge ticket last week on Miami. He had Mostert over, and Mostert was 3 yards short. And like they needed that backup plan to make sure that if Mostert goes down, Jeff Wilson can fit right into that scheme and that plan.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. They're just planning to make sure that if someone goes down, someone can swoop right back in.
Yeah.
I don't think it has much fantasy impact.
Yeah.
The next, we got the Vikings Commanders.
I think this one may be closer than people think, but I think Minnesota still wins on the road. They're 6-1 right now. They just got Hawkinson, another weapon, like you mentioned.
Oh, 1,000%.
Jefferson is probably going to go off against Washington. They have nobody who can guard him. Washington's just going to dump the ball to Antonio Gibson 30 times in this one, and that's going to be that.
Yep. Seahawks, Arizona.
This one's, I don't know which way this one's going to go. Honestly, Arizona looks a lot better now with Hopkins, right?
Yeah.
James Conner is back. Seattle, though, but Arizona gets absolutely gashed by running backs, and Kenneth Walker didn't have a big game last week. I'm expecting a huge rebound game from Kenneth Walker.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Seattle just... Metcalf's back. He wasn't supposed to be back last week.
Yeah.
Lockett's playing. I think Seattle takes this one, man.
I'm going with the upset in Seattle as well.
Honestly.
Going with the upset in Seattle. Arizona, I just think Seattle has more heart right now. They're playing a really cool style of football, and I like it.
Geno Smith is a good story.
Yeah, Pete Carroll's kind kind of an idiot, though.
Rams, Bucks. This one's going to be probably really tight, low-scoring game, I would think.
The Bucks are at negative 150. The Rams are plus 130.
Yeah.
Guys, I gotta go for the Rams here.
Yeah.
To the upset.
Yeah. Yeah, Bucks look dysfunctional right now.
Nothing's coming together for the Bucks. They didn't do well versus Atlanta.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
these Rams, they have really good players. I think you're looking at. I'm gonna take the plus at the Rams.
Yeah. Cooper Kupp is expected to play, even though he rolled his ankle last week.
Yeah.
So you always go with your stars. And the Sunday nighter is the Chiefs and Titans, and I can't see the Chiefs losing at home. Titans are really good, and Derrick Henry's a beast, but
Titans are amazing at upsets. If you can take that plus 500 and toss $10 down on that, that's
yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah, Sappy's right about that one.
That's good odds. Definitely, the odds are good on the Titans there. Plus 500. They've upset the Chiefs before. I think they upset them this year even.
Yeah.
So that's a really good odds-wise, betting-wise.
Yeah.
But I'm taking the Chiefs.
All right.
For not lose your ticket. You wouldn't toss that into a ticket you're feeling really confident about.
Yeah.
That's kind of like a, punt return under type shit.
Yeah. And then finally,
Ravens Saints. I'm gonna go with the Ravens.
The Ravens should win, but you never know with them.
You need
these
Lamar
days.
Jackson to win this game, man.
All right, to the props. We have no questions from any viewers today, so we're gonna go right to the props. The Bills Jets, as I said before, I think the Jets are they know they can't keep up with Buffalo's offense. They're gonna probably do the same thing that Green Bay tried last week, and that was running the ball 100 times to try and waste a lot of the clock and try and keep the game somewhat close.
Yeah.
Well, the props aren't that big then, bro, because my arms aren't that big right now. Love you, dog. So, in that sense, then, with the game script that I'm expecting, James Robinson is game time decision. Even if he plays, whenever they're a game time decision, that's usually a sign that they're not going to be heavily involved in the game because they're dealing with an injury, and they traded for him, so they want him to be healthy, right? So I don't expect them to play him. So I think Michael Carter at 35.5 for an entire game is kind of a hit, I would think. I mean, Zach Wilson's just absolute trash.
I don't like how they don't have any rushing and receiving for Michael Carter. That annoys me. That annoys me a lot, actually.
Yeah. Maybe, guys, if you want to wait a little closer to game time.
Should have it. All right, I'm looking here, guys. This one here. Gabe Davis was set at negative 170 for 4 catches last week.
Mm-hmm.
And I went with him and he didn't hit it. And it pissed me right off. Because you're putting him at negative 170. Everyone's saying, oh, yeah, it's going to be a Gabe Davis game. And then he does nothing.
Yeah.
That was me listening to literally the other people around.
Yeah.
It did nothing for me.
Oh, bro, there's your first mistake. You need to be listening to the sports scholars, bro.
Yeah, so I think maybe we go Diggs in this one.
You mean Davis or Diggs?
Diggs.
Okay.
And then you double up on Diggs.
Yep. Yeah, Diggs is matchup proof. He can't be stopped. Even though he's up against Sauce, nah. So I like Michael Carter.
For rushing?
Well, if there's no rushing and receiving that comes out by game time, then I'll just take the rushing. But I will wait for the rushing and receiving numbers to come out until they've calculated it. I like your Gabe Davis double up on that one.
Gabe Davis? No.
Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
A spicy pick would be to take Zach Wilson under 207.5. I know that's not a lot, but he's absolutely garbage, and he's going up against the number one defense in the league. I think he's going to struggle. I'm not going with that pick, but that would be a spicy pick, guys, that I think could hit. I like Josh Allen over passing yards. My fear is that they run up the clock a lot, but I think the Jets are better than that. I think the Jets can keep up, especially if they're running the ball a lot this game.
Yeah, this is gonna be a pretty fucked game for the Jets, guys.
Yeah.
You gotta wait for the rushing and receiving for Michael Carter to kind of bet on him. I'm just looking at it. The Buffalo Bills, they're 7th, for first kind of stopping the run there.
Yeah.
And they're not giving out much props on players and stuff like that. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
All right, so that one there, I'll probably do Diggs double up, and probably Zach Wilson INT. And so what I'm thinking, maybe field goals over for that one.
Yep. For the Buffalo game?
Yeah.
Oh. I'm usually the field goal guy for games, predicting field goals. I'm not going with field goals in this one. I think that Buffalo puts up a lot. I think you're right. I think the Jets put up 2 or 3 field goals in this one. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Who's their kicker, though, right now?
The Jets?
Yeah.
I think it's Amendola, I think.
Their kicker?
Yeah.
Amendola.
His name's Amendola. Not Danny Amendola from the Patriots. Yeah, Waller is out. You need a tight end for our one league. You're kind of screwed because
Okay, guys, I'm putting together a little ticket right now.
I'm just answering a question from one of our fans here.
I got 2.5 field goals over, Zach Wilson over 190, 80.5 receiving yards for Diggs, 6.5 receptions for Diggs. Do you take Devin Singletary in this one?
No, I hate Singletary with a passion.
Okay, and you're thinking Michael Carter over 35.5 rush yards.
Yeah. No James Robinson. I think they're gonna try to run him a lot this game. Question from Jay. I
can get behind that there, guys. That's what it's gonna look like, a ticket for me.
Yeah.
That's the full ticket. That's it.
Jordan, I would either pick up Noah Fant or Jawan Johnson. I mean, there's nothing else in our other league there for tight ends. It's all garbage. Those would be the 2 guys that I would be looking at right now. There's not really much else there. Waller kind of screwed you.
Who?
Jordan has in our one league there with Moman. Waller's out, so she's asking who she can pick up off waivers, and there's nobody on waivers.
Jordan, did you just drop Deontay Johnson though?
I hope she didn't drop Deontay Johnson. Oh man. Oh,
Jordan, you gotta go pick that person back up.
Oh no, hon, don't drop Deontay Johnson. There's gotta be somebody else on your team you could have dropped.
Jordan.
Oh, you could have dropped Jared Goff. You don't need Goff.
Jordan, you silly girl.
Oh,
what are you doing?
You don't need 2 kickers either. Drop Gold or something, or drop one of your defenses. You don't need Vegas. Oh.
Jordan, what are you doing, you silly girl?
Oh.
No one wanted to answer me.
We're trying. We're running a podcast here. We got so many questions going on.
All right, guys,
now.
I'm putting in a claim for Deontay Johnson.
Oh man, we're gonna have to commissioner add that, guys. We're gonna have to have a.
I'm putting in a claim for him right now. Deontay Johnson, what's that? So the next highest roster percentage person is an injury reserve running back in our league, an injury reserve Michael Thomas, and Tony, and then there's 86% on Deontay Johnson. All right.
It's okay.
You can have Jaceki back.
No,
you can have Jaceki back.
I'm just reading that question now. Drop Johnson for Foster Moreau. I thought, okay, drop Johnson.
Okay, let's go to the next game because we're actually running out of time a little bit here.
Yeah, sorry about that, puppy. I didn't see that. Bengals and the Panthers. No Chuba Hubbard in this one, so I'm smashing Donta Foreman all day over 70.5 rushing yards. Yeah, I have him on a couple fantasy teams. He's a beast. With no Chuba Hubbard there, all day, man. They're just going to run the ball with him.
What's his attempts at? 16.5.
Yep.
Smashing that.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
I agree.
DJ Moore, 5.5. And his receiving is now 63.5. Would you double up or would you take one or the other?
Not going there, DJ Moore. Now, what I will take is PJ Walker over 189.5 passing yards.
Okay. After being screwed last Monday night by Bengals wide receivers, I'm staying away from them because I don't trust Higgins anymore. I don't trust Boyd. I trust Burrow, though. I trust Joe Burrow. Like Safi said, he's due for a rebound game. And I think Burrow goes over 258.5. Carolina has a sneaky stud defense. They are ranked in the top 10 in both passing defense and rushing defense.
Yeah.
So, I don't think they're going to be able to run the ball much. Mixon hasn't been great. He's only averaging 2 yards a carry. That's not going to cut it against even a shitty team like Carolina.
So I'm going to go a huge ticket here, guys. I will go Donta Foreman over rush yards, 70.5. PJ Walker over 186.5 passing yards in the match. Mm-hmm. That's a total of 250 yards. Mm-hmm. Total offense against the Bengals. Mm-hmm. They gotta put up 250 total offense against the Bengals, right? They're not gonna go under 200 yards, right?
I don't think so. I mean, they just made Jacoby Brissett look like Tom Brady out there last Monday.
Joe Burrow over 259.
Yeah.
Mixon rushing and receiving 95.5.
Okay.
And I'm doubling up on T motherfucking Higgins.
Damn.
Who has to do something this week, guys?
Damn.
Come on.
Damn.
Are you kidding me?
Damn.
Higgins.
I will not go there again. What's typically doing here? Giving us a little UFC. Oh, a little prediction. Or no, those were from last night. Did you kill those on some bets, man? Adesanya.
Adesanya fight last night?
Yeah, I guess so. And Chandler as well.
No way.
Yeah.
Lies.
I missed those.
Oh, I missed the fights last night, guys, too. My brother watches that shit like crazy.
Oh, next pay-per-view. He's predicting this. Nice. Let's go.
Oh, next pay-per-view?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely do something for that, guys, because my brother's pretty big on that.
Those aren't bad picks, my friend. Drop a $5, probably make you...
I usually drop a 10.
Yep.
Tenner.
Yep. This Carolina Bengals game, do you think there could be field goals in this one?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Definitely.
So
what's the over-under set?
42.5.
Yeah, so then there's going to be field goals.
Okay.
Yeah.
So those were our picks for that game, guys. Packers and Lions. Let's breeze through these.
Lions.
Alan Lazard is now expected to play. Just throwing that out there. I think that Aaron Jones. I mean, Detroit has the worst defense in the entire NFL. Aaron Jones, I think, is going to eat again this week. You can either take his rushing at 69 rushing yards, or you can go bigger and hit his 100 at his rushing and receiving. Which one would you choose between those two you feel safer with?
Probably rushing and receiving for Aaron Jones.
Okay.
You?
Yeah. What else are you thinking of this one?
I mean, it's fucking tough. Actually, I'm just looking at it here. He has never received more than 53 yards this year on receiving.
Right.
And his rushing set at 68, and they're expecting him to get 40 receiving yards or 30 receiving yards. That's a lot of receiving yards.
Yeah.
Maybe just rush yards, actually, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of switches things up now that Lazard's playing. I think that they're not going to go run heavy at this game. They can do whatever they want. Detroit sucks at, in the pass and on the run. I think that Rodgers is a little pissed off and he's got something to prove today. So this is the first game that I'm going to take Aaron Rodgers over his passing yards at 258.5. Geez, remember when it used to be like 290 back in the day? Feels like so long ago.
100%. You're taking them over?
I'm taking Rodgers over passing yards. I'm taking Rodgers over pass completions. And, yeah, I might take... No, I think that's it. I'm taking Amon-Ra St. Brown over 6 point... that one's tough. Jair Alexander. Might stay away from the receivers in this one. There's only one. There's no DeAndre Swift because he's hobbled. Green Bay's getting gashed on the ground. Jamal Williams at 50.5 rushing yards might not be a bad one because I think they're still limiting DeAndre Swift to only like a couple reps a game.
Yeah.
There's no rushing attempts, only for Aaron Jones. So those are my picks, guys. Rodgers passing yards, pass completions.
Buck Wild. Lazard 2 T's. Is that Bucky? What's going on, man? How you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I'm thinking for this one here, guys. I'm thinking Aaron Jones, 68.5 rushing yards in the match. Detroit has been getting gashed by the run. Wouldn't be bad to do A.J. Dillon either for a rebound game. They haven't been using him much.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Jared Goff over 240.5 passing yards.
Mm-hmm.
I know Green Bay has a pretty stout run defense.
Pass defense.
And pass defense as well.
They're getting gashed.
So, but I think they're gonna have to put up some yardage through the air.
Yeah.
And it's weird to me that they only have one receiver, which is Amon St. Brown, set like 80 yards.
Yeah.
With like 7 receptions. I'm not going anywhere near that, obviously, with Jair Alexander.
Yeah.
But it's weird to me that it's set so high.
Yeah.
Maybe they go down in the game late and they pass. You might see like, I wouldn't be surprised if you see Goff at 100 yards at half.
Yeah.
And then put up 150 in the second half. Just because they're down and Green Bay is starting to try to run out the clock.
Yep.
Over 2.5 field goals in the match. And then I'm going to match Matthew on Aaron Rodgers 256 and 23.5 pass completions. That's a lot of fucking yards that I'm expected to go against Detroit. But Detroit has been giving up a lot of yards.
Yeah.
So this has got to be the week that Aaron Rodgers gets a long passing touchdown.
Yeah.
I've seen it drop by Christian Watson first week. I saw a drop by Romeo Doubs the other week.
Yeah.
I'm seeing drops left, right, and center. Drop by Alan Lazard a couple weeks during the season. This has got to be the week where he gets a 60-yard passing touchdown. He's usually good for it, and this year has not been good for it. It actually might be Buck Wild on that point, a long passing touchdown to Alan Lazard. I can see that happening if you're feeling really nutsy.
Yeah.
But that's it for me, guys, on that game there. Colts, Patriots.
So it just came out that Damian Harris is not expected to play in this one, so Ramondre is going to eat this game. Do you think he could hit 17.5 rushing attempts in this one now that Harris is out?
Maybe, yeah, I guess so.
So I noticed this morning on Prize Picks that that Ramondre's rushing yards was set at 68.5, and they were saying that I saw on Twitter, they were like, you can get him at 68.5 on Prize Picks, don't go with 365 because they have it set at 77 rushing yards. I don't know, man. Like, Ramondre at 111.5 rushing and receiving. He's been a beast. He's like top 7 in receiving yards for a running back.
Yeah.
This season, and now that Harris isn't playing, like, he should be able to hit that for them to even come close
to rushing and receiving?
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's set really high.
Yeah.
But it's plus 300 also, so I'll probably toss that onto it as well. What else we're looking at in that game? Quarterback wise, Mac Jones, Ellinger is going to be tough. I mean, Ellinger's set at 199.5, guys. That's low. That's very low, but you can't really hang your hat on players like that.
Mm-hmm. I like Jacoby Myers at his receptions at 4.5. I don't know if he's going to hit 57.5. You think at 4.5, though, he should be able to hit that. He's been one of the more productive Patriots on that team every single week. He's a PPR machine. I don't trust anybody else on that team. For the Colts, like I said, it's a tough game because they fired their offensive coordinator this week, so you don't know what kind of Jonathan Taylor. Are they going to throw the ball more to try to keep up with the Patriots or what?
Yeah.
So do you think are you going with
Now,
Pittman or anything?
Here's the thing. Going back on Ramondre Stevenson, 111. That's fucked.
It's a
amount.
That's more than Christian McCaffrey.
Do you think you should do maybe just his receiving
or his rushing? His rushing set at 77. His receptions at 3.5 is not a bad one, guys. 26.5 might be a smash as well for his receiving. You might be onto something there.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with the original, 111.5 rushing and receiving.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go Deion Jackson over 58.5. Rushing yards, I'm going to smoke with Maddie on Jacoby Myers, 4.5. Mm-hmm. And then I'm also going to... I'm going to go for Sam Ellinger interception.
Nice. Defensive players are... Actually, I think this is a field goal game.
Oh, yeah?
I'm taking a field goal game in this one. I'd also like to add one more to a prior game, guys. The Panthers-Bengals. I like sacks at 5.5.
5.5 for what? The Ellinger?
For the Bengals-Carolina game. I was just thinking about that.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Bengals are getting sacked like 4 times a game.
Yeah, that's not a bad one at all.
Yeah. Yeah, Devontae Parker is out, so like you said, Bucky, Jacoby Myers, Jacoby Kenobi is going to eat today.
Okay, so next on, we got the Chargers and the Falcons.
Yeah. Like Safi had mentioned earlier, what was Herbert set at? 285.5? That's a lot. That's a lot.
That's a shit ton, guys. So I'm just going to take Josh Palmer instead.
Yeah.
I'm going to take him at his receptions and his receiving yards.
Yeah, me too.
I'm also going to take, looking at rushing props, you got Cordarrelle Patterson at 41.5. And rushing and receiving, you don't see Cordarrelle Patterson. I will take Cordarrelle Patterson at rushing.
Me too.
41.5.
Yeah.
Otherwise, for this game here, you're looking at the quarterback props. Jesus, you see Herbert set at 550, 285. Where's that yardage coming from, guys? It's got to be coming from somewhere. So there's got to be another receiver that we're looking at here that we're not paying attention to. Could be Gerald Everett at 50.5 receiving yards.
Yeah.
That's not a bad one either.
The Eckler rushing and receiving at 116. Now, when Ramondre set at 111, but Eckler set at 116.
Yeah.
I'm
actually going to go Kyle Pitts, though, guys, at 3.5 and 39.5.
Yeah, he finally didn't let you down for once, eh? He finally lived up to the hype last week.
Yeah.
He did well. I think it's funny that last week I took Mariota over 13 pass completions, and he hit that, and now he's jumped up to 24 pass attempts and 16 pass completions.
Yeah.
I feel like now that Patterson's back and they know that they can run the ball in the Chargers, they're going to run the ball 40 times this game.
Yeah.
So if you want to take an under on a Mariota pass attempt or completions, I don't think that's a bad one, guys. It's not a lot, but yeah.
Yeah. So for me on that ticket, just to kind of revise, I'm doubling up on Palmer, 4.5 receptions, 55.5 receiving yards. I'm over on the Cordarrelle Patterson at 41.5 rushing yards in the match. And I'm doubling up on Pitts at 39.5 receiving yards and 3.5 receptions. Pitts is the hit or miss on this one. That's the riskiness. That's part of the game, though. I have Pitts on almost every team that I have. So
yeah,
you got to bet on my guy.
I'm taking all those picks except for Pitts.
And which one are you replacing it with? What does the end ticket look like for the boys here?
Probably I'd be taking Mariota. Probably I'll go with Kyle Pitts pass completions.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are you taking Mariota under or over or?
No, I'm staying away from it. I'm too chicken. No.
Well, this guy does big $100 tickets.
Yeah, no cojones. I want to make sure.
I'm doing small tickets right now.
Yeah.
So Raiders Jaguars.
I don't usually. You know how I feel about taking multiple running backs in a game, but I feel like this game here, I would bet on ETN and Jacobs to both go over 80.5 rushing yards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Both these defenses are bad against the run.
I'm gonna disagree. I'm gonna go with Josh Jacobs over rushing yards. Actually, no. So what I have right now, I have Devontae Adams. I'm gonna double up on Devontae Adams at 74.5.
How many times do we need to go back to this?
6.5 receptions. I'm going to go over on Derek Carr as well. Then for props wise, we got match total props. Thinking about the sacks, but I don't know if I can go there.
Yeah.
Trevon Walker sack. I'm going to go for a Max Crosby sack.
So last week, Safi went with a Max Crosby sack, and he didn't. And Dalton didn't get sacked once.
That didn't happen?
He never got sacked. No.
Okay. Well, I'm going for a Max Crosby
All
sack.
right, he's going again back to the well on Max Crosby.
And I'm going to go for a Christian Kirk receiving yards.
Okay.
And I think I have to go for, between Jacobs and Etienne.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to go for Etienne rushing yards.
Okay.
80.5.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a huge ticket.
That's a huge ticket.
Yeah.
I'm going both running backs. I'm going field goals over. I'm going Devontae Adams 6.5, but I'm not going with his yards because I get burned too many times when I double up on Adams. I'm gonna start taking one or the other on him.
Nice.
This week I'm gonna take receptions, and if he goes over on yards and under receptions, next week I'll go yards. I don't know. We'll see.
Next game.
Yep.
Bears, Dolphins. This is fucked because
Just like our lives. That's all we got.
it's both down.
Well,
You gotta stick that on.
Yep. The poster's taking a break, guys. If you're watching, it just fell.
See,
My
that's
chair broke.
karma, guys.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yep.
Tyreek Hill set at 89.5. That's
Oh, it's going up, bro.
fucking ridiculous.
They're going up every single week, bro.
I'm gonna take Jalen Waddle then at 5.5.
Yep.
I'm going to double up on Jalen Waddle.
Yep.
I'm gonna take here's the fun one, guys. I'm gonna make this one a fun game.
Okay.
Nice fun game here, boys.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna take rushing.
Yeah.
Not do you do Khalil Herbert or Montgomery for rushing in this game?
Herbert is the more explosive running back. He gets huge chunk plays. He's averaging, I think, like 5 to 6 yards a carry compared to Montgomery's like 4. And now it's a straight 50-50 split. And Miami, you can run on them.
Okay.
I-
Here's a fun one, guys, for you. I'm gonna take Chase Claypool at 23.5 receiving yards.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go over on Justin Fields.
Where do you see? Oh, yeah, Claypool's right there. Okay.
I am going to see.
Okay. All right.
Over on 4.5 sacks.
Yep.
And over on 14.5 completions for Justin Fields.
Oof. You crazy boy.
That's fucked. I'm just looking at this ticket. I'm like, that's fucked. But I'm doing it.
I love it.
Okay. What are you doing for this one?
I'm going back to the well on Darnell Mooney, 3.5 and 41.5. I like Justin Fields over 49.5 rushing yards.
Yeah.
I like Herbert over 40.5 rushing yards. I like sacks.
Oh, hold on a second.
What's up?
Fucking Claypool just went up from 23.5 to 28.5.
Yeah, no.
I'm not doing that.
No, I'm good. And I'm going to take Saf on the double up on Jalen Waddle in this one.
So you're taking the double up on Jalen Waddle.
Yep. This is going to be a fun ticket for me as well. If it hits, it's going to be massive, but...
What do you got for the hitting on that one there?
I have all those picks.
So you got Mooney?
Yeah.
Are you doubling up on Mooney?
Yep. I've been reading a lot that now that they have Claypool, he's going to play the outside and Mooney's going to play the slot role. And I think that Mooney's going to thrive in the slot. Plus, you get to avoid Xavier Howard, which is nice. And Fields has more rapport with Mooney than he does with Claypool. So I think it's going to take Claypool a couple games to get some of that chemistry going.
Yeah.
I still like Mooney for 1 or 2 more games with Fields before he starts feeling good with Claypool. I really like what I'm seeing out of Khalil Herbert right now. I mean, against the Cowboys last week, he looked like the more explosive running back, and the Cowboys have a stout run defense, and he made them look silly last week. And like I said before, earlier in the podcast, Justin Fields, they're incorporating many plays with him just running the ball as a running back, and I think that he can get 50 yards this game against Miami.
You know what? I think you're right on all those ones there. I think it's going to be tough to kind of trust, Tyreek Hill at that sort of yardage this game.
Yeah.
So I think you're right when it comes to the Mooney. And I think I'm going to switch to Mooney instead of Chase Claypool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, last one there.
We're almost there.
We're going to go to Vikings Commanders.
I'll go first this time. I didn't go with Justin Jefferson last week. You did. You're old faithful. He went off again last week. He didn't get his receptions, but he got his yardage. You doubled up. You were 1 for 2 on that one. I hit on Adam Thielen last week, but now he's gone up from 34 to 50 yards. I'm like, nah, I'm good, thanks. So I will take Justin Jefferson, double up in this one. He is at 88.5 receiving yards and 6.5 receptions. I like Antonio Gibson at 3.5 receptions. The guy is just getting dump offs like crazy. The last couple games when Heineke's taken over, he is the passing back. No J.D. McKissick in this one. McKissick's out. So Robinson is like the between the tackles runner, and Gibson's more the pass catcher.
Okay.
So I'm taking Gibson at 3.5 receptions.
Okay.
Maybe 24.5 receiving yards. I'm not sure yet, guys. I would stick with the receptions. Oh man. That's what I have so far, man. You let me know.
Double up Jefferson. I'd say double up Antonio Gibson receiving if you want.
Cook at 74.5 rushing yards. Would you take that?
Yeah, it's not bad for Cook. Rushing and receiving for Cook's actually 93.5.
Mm-hmm. It's not a bad one, but I don't think he's catching a lot of balls though.
No, I'm gonna take Dalvin Cook to go over, and then receiving. I'm just gonna take one receiving player from
the Commanders.
And I think that's going to be Logan Thomas.
Yeah.
He's set at 23.5 for receptions or for reception yards.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just looking here. He used to be a good tight end, guys.
Yeah.
So I'm going to smash him on the over on that one there. They don't have his... give me a second here. They don't have his receptions, but yeah, that's what I would do. Logan Thomas, Dalvin Cook rushing yards, double up Justin Jefferson, and Kirk Cousins passing yards.
Yep.
That's kind of what it is.
Yep.
Is what it is. Then we got the Seahawks, Arizona Cardinals. What are you thinking?
So they don't have DK Metcalf receptions, but they have his yards at 68.5. That's interesting. So these guys have played each other once already, and this year. And DK Metcalf last week I laid out a list of elite wide receivers who were being shut down by Byron Murphy Jr. and secondary there in Arizona. And Metcalf was on that list. He was limited to under 40 yards that game. So I'm staying away from Metcalf this one. I'm going with Kenneth Walker, though, for his rushing yards at 73.5. I like doubling up on D-Hop this one. He's almost impossible to stop. Did you see that one-handed grab in the end zone last week? That was insane.
That's fucked.
He's so good. If you guys want to bet on one of the tight ends, either Disley or Fant, Arizona, it's no secret they're getting gashed by tight ends this year. Noah Fant at either 2.5. Well, the receptions kind of scare me because
Metcalf injured? What's going on with him?
No, he's playing. He has props.
Okay.
His receiving is 68.5 right now, but he's coming off an injury and he's got a really tough matchup.
What's his injury?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, that means it all sounds good, guys. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably go Kenneth Walker. I like Metcalf at 68.5. Geno Smith over pass yards 252.5. And then double up on Hopkins.
Yeah.
That'd be my ticket right there.
Pretty self-explanatory, guys.
Yeah. All right. And then let's go to the next ones. We got a couple more left here, guys. Rams, Buccaneers.
Mm-hmm. So last week, Safi and I doubled up on Cooper Kupp, and he did not hit his receptions in a good matchup, even though it seems like he's the only one that's getting thrown to. He did not hit 7.5. He hit 7. And his prop set at 86.5. He's questionable. He rolled his ankle last week. They weren't expecting him to play this game, but now he's playing. That scares me. I don't know, man. Who are you thinking? I like Chris Godwin in this one.
So I got a sneaky pick here in this game, guys. Very, very sneaky pick. I'm going to take Rachaad White over rushing and receiving. It's set at 40.5.
Yeah. That's not a bad one, actually, guys.
Check this out. Last week, all-purpose yards, Rachaad White, 43. Week before, 78. Week before that, 77. Week before that, 60. Week before that, 107. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If this is the one week that he doesn't get 40.5, well then fuck me.
Yeah.
It's been 6 weeks in a row that he's gotten that 40.5. Or you'd either go Lenny Fournette at 80 combined rushing and receiving.
Yep.
But I don't know what's going on with Lenny. They're just not running him as much.
Mm-hmm.
They just haven't been running him as much. So, wait up on that one there, guys.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we will definitely think about that. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
So that's pretty good. And then, what else do you like?
Honestly, I don't really like much in this game, man.
I know. I like Matt Stafford over passing yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like Cam Akers back. There's so many complications this game, guys.
Yeah.
So many complications.
Yeah.
And then what else I like would be... maybe Higbee? I don't know. Cooper Kupp?
Yeah, Kupp's always the for sure, but his injury is kind of really scary.
Chris Godwin. I'd probably go Chris Godwin.
I'm going Godwin, yeah.
And I'll probably go Tom Brady completions.
Yep. That's great, man. Let's finish off the last game here, get this wrapped up.
Okay.
The
Titans and the Chiefs.
Yep. Do you want to go first?
Sure. I'll take Derrick Henry just because it's Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
And then I will be taking...
So no Tannehill, I think. I think it's Malik Willis right now.
I'll take Juju receptions.
Yep.
Then I will take Kelsey yards.
Kelsey yards, yeah.
And honestly, there's no quarterback props and stuff for the Tennessee game, so I'm going to leave it at that until we get more information.
Yeah. I like Mahomes' completions at 24.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, that's it.
That's it. I mean, obviously, you know that tomorrow we're going to make a tweet. That's going to be regarding the Baltimore Saints game.
Yep.
So, Tannehill traveled with the team, but is still questionable. Thanks for that, Bucky. I think it's going to be Malik Wallace. If there is Tannehill props, I would smash the under on them because I think at some way or another, at some point this game, they're going to put in Malik Wallace or Willis. I think it's Willis.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's it, guys. Another episode of Sports Scholars. We have 1 hour or half an hour till kickoff. Get those bets in. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on here as well. We're going to post it on YouTube. Probably going to be tomorrow or something like that after work.
Yep.
And let us know if you had any questions. Send us some, send us some messages if you want like a custom prop bet or if you want to revisit something, and we'll be sure to answer.
Absolutely, guys. Let's go. Let's make some money today.
Oh, man. This is going to be a tough week. You know, everything seems, these bettings, these two people are on it.
I know, man.
These are props. There's going to be a lot of hairy games today, guys.
Yeah.
All right. Dave Z, Safi, Buckwad, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everyone else. And we're out of here.